Did you follow any of that? You probably didn't. Problem is you can't see what's in my head. So I'm gonna go to work. You'll see how it comes together.
Let's change our story, let's change our life. We'll do it our way, our own design.
So you saw me do this in last week's video. This is my glue up, my lamination of all of these little wooden nuggets. These are actually cut-offs. I saved those because I knew I was going to need them. And right now we're going to go ahead and make this cut. So this is kind of make or break time. I don't want to mess this up, but there's a good chance that I will. So I'm just going to line up this bowl so that it just kisses the edges here and here. And doing that, I know that it's in there nice and square. I'm going to make a mark. Okay, so I've got this cut out. It's a little rough. I'm going to take the sander to it, see if we can't smooth it out. Hopefully it will come out looking really nice. Let's see how it does with the sander. This is the mock-up that we have in Carter's room. It's all just kind of put together. It's not really assembled yet. This is going to be his desk right here. This is a piece of 3/4 inch birch laminate plywood. And then over here on the back wall is, this is kind of our cabinet that's going to hold some electronics. Obviously, we've got the AC circuit board here. I'm also going to have a couple of electrical outlets, one for outlets and one for USBs. This panel needs to be secured, stained and finished. You've seen me working on the wood trim. That's to go here in this corner. So today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to get this a little further along, see if we can get it at least to a point where we can put stain on it. That would be awesome. One of the things that I need to do, I mentioned in a previous video, this air conditioner hose, which is all the way wound up down here, it goes out and then it goes directly underneath the stairs and then through here, through the head, behind the sink and everything in the head, and then it goes up and it's going to make a connection. So it's not fed all the way through, but it's going to be. So that's, hopefully this weekend we'll get that going. So now, what's it going to do when it comes into this room? Well, actually, I thought it'd be easiest to just bring it right here, 90 it up, and then I'll have a compartment here that will blow air out right out the face. I thought that would work, but I didn't plan ahead. I've got this panel here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off some of this end, and then I can scoot this whole panel over. Then I can build myself a box with insulation and everything that I might need there for the air conditioner vent to you know, like the register vent. So so I'm going to work on all of that today. I think the best way to start here is with that. I'm going to take that panel out where the electrical panel is, and I'm going to figure out what my measurement is that I need over here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that off, and then I can start assembling everything I need there for the air conditioner. Once I get this all assembled, I'm hoping to have this all in one unit, if you will, and then I'll stain and finish it. This I'll stain and finish, and then I can screw the two together and put it together that way. I hope. Did you follow any of that? You probably didn't. Problem is you can't see what's in my head. So I'm gonna go to work. You'll see how it comes together. Here's the panel. I've taken out the electrical panel already, and you have to have this very specific cutout because that's where the screws go to mount, and so far I haven't even done any of that. So I want the air conditioning vent to be here on this end, and to make room, because I already cut this hole, I'm just going to cut 6 inches off the other side, and then I can scoot the whole thing down in theory. All right, that's one cut. Let's see what this is going to do down inside. Okay, so I've got it set back in place here again, and I've got it scooted all the way over here. So now I've got this gap over here, which is where I want to build my box for the air conditioning vent. So basically I'm going to drill a hole back here. That white pipe is going to come up, and then it's going to blow into a chamber, and then the vent will be facing forward. So I think that that'll be a really nice way to do this. I've got a problem, and I'm kind of scratching my head how this happened. So this top edge here is not straight. My board is not square, and I don't know how that happened, but that's okay. I should be able to just trim this off. I have plenty of room to work with. It'll just be a little bit tighter up there, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. Okay guys, I've got the mock-up done, and I'm really happy with it. Look at this. So this is what I've got set up so far. This is obviously the desk. There will be a piece of cherry trim on the front. Over here is my box that I've built for the air conditioner hub. So I'm going to put a couple of coats of finish on this, and then I'm going to line it with styrofoam insulation so that we don't get condensation buildup. And I'll probably build like a little arc in here so that it wants to shoot out. Down here I need to drill a hole still so that we can have a place for our air conditioner to feed in. This is my panel board. We'll have room for outlets and other things over here. I have not trimmed this yet. It's still kind of hanging out real big over here, but we're going to do that. And then this board here, I went ahead and used my nifty contour gauge because the back wall is very different. So this actually works out really well. All you do is you push it up against the wall like this. Actually, push it up the wall like this, and all of these little fingers will go out, and they'll make the exact shape, and you can lock it in place, and you carry it over, and you mark it down, you cut it. It's brilliant. So it's made life so much easier on a couple of things here that I've been working on. All right, so I went ahead and got my piece of trim. This is my very nifty laminated board of cherry. It's turned out great, but I went ahead and did this first because I didn't know exactly how this curve is going to turn out, and I wanted to use this as a pattern to mark up here. So just like this. So that is right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my curvy piece here set up. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this. That way I know exactly how I need to cut that, and then when I install this, it ought to just fit in there perfect. Okay, so I've got this piece here cut. All the pocket screw holes are in there. It's cut to my 45. And then I've got this piece here cut to my 45, but I'm going to have to join the wood. So I'm working on some interesting joinery here, which this is my second time doing this. My first time was a trial run, and we did that down in Becky and I's bedroom. But so what I've done here is I took one of my trim boards and I cut perfectly center a nice forked type notch, and then I'll come back and I'll cut my 45, and I've already cut, this is actually exactly 3/8 of an inch just by coincidence, and I've already cut a piece that's 3/8 of an inch. And so that is going to go in here to marry these two. I have to cut this to the exact length once I get it. So then this one's going to go like this at the opposite 45, and then that tongue will go in there, and that'll give it lots of surface area for it to glue, and it'll also look really nice when it's finished. Just like that. Alright, so those will come together. This will come together, lots of glue surface, and it'll come together just like that. And that little gap around there will be filled when we finish it. Okay, so fast forward a few hours and a whole lot of sawdust, and this is what I've got here. So this is the shelf that I'm working on for Carter's room. The wood trim has come out pretty well. I'm not so excited because the whole thing's so long and skinny, it's flexing, and actually my joints are surprisingly separating, but that's okay. We'll be able to clean them up. But I didn't realize there was so much leverage on it when it was flexing, and I got a little excited, and I jumped the gun, and the glue hadn't completely set, so that's my fault. Anyway, this is how they're supposed to look when they're all done. It's a beautiful joint. You can barely tell that there's anything going on there. This one is reasonable. This one over here is going to need some work for some finishing, but it feels good all the way around. It's just a little bit gappy. And the gap is because, again, I didn't let the glue set. So, oh, just in a hurry all the time. So I got it down here, down the stairs and around the corner. And I'm out of breath from that. So now I need to try to get it in place here. And I figured this would be fun. You guys might enjoy laughing at me a little bit here. So let me get this camera positioned so you can get the best view. Oh boy, I'm a sweaty mess. Okay, well, that's all right. We're all family here, right? By the way, if you're not a crewmate, click over to Patreon and see about becoming a crewmate. And then we'll really be family. Okay, why isn't it going? So I gotta do it first. And then slide them in. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so that fits with a little bit of persuasion. And it appears that it fits all the way down here too. This is sagging a little bit because the desk stuff isn't put together. Now, let me show you the big reveal here. So this had a shelf as it was. Now, this is not stained, the cherry is not stained or finished yet. And I apologize for the lighting because we have this floodlight here and it makes weird bands. If you can kind of see, I don't know, right about there, it just jumped down. It's from the LED light. Anyway, here we go. So the shelf comes over. It's got a real nice lip here, and then it turns into this desk. I've got the circuit board here. This is where the air conditioning hub is going to go. I'm trying to design it so that this whole panel will fold down so that we can access the back side of it. I'm going to get some stainless hinges that I can mortise in, and I need to put a couple of stop blocks here, and then I'm going to have trim here and trim here and trim across the front of the desk. So yeah, this is coming together pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. I'm happy with the way it's looking here. Anyway, guys, if you haven't already, make sure to give us a like. It really helps us out. Spread the word, share these videos. We need more viewers. And by the way, come over to Patreon, become a crewmate. We need more salty crew. For as little as what you'd spend on a cup of coffee, you could help support our channel, help us grow, and get us out there on the water. I really appreciate you guys hanging around. Thank you. I'll see you later.